With all the news last week of the FCA and Renault merger and then the merger's collapse and all the different drama coming out from it, ought to be a good time to revisit this and ask some important questions. Like, big question I have, did Nissan screw the pooch? Should they have merged? Or is it time for Nissan to pull away from the merger, become its own company again, and get back to its roots? Let's have that conversation coming up right now. Hello, it's Tim Esterdahl, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and my passion is trucks and SUVs. If that's your passion too, hit subscribe below, hit bell notification to be notified new videos I put out, like this one. This one's going to be a conversation, kind of one hopefully I'm going to get some comments below and start this conversation. So last week I covered this topic quite a bit. I'll put some links above that FCA wanted to merge with Renault, and I thought it was a good merger idea. I think that the companies had some synergies. You know, you have Jeep and Ram with the big FCA products, and you have Renault with electric cars and smaller car lineup. I thought it worked well together. If you haven't followed the news, what happened is that French government owns 15% stake of the alliance partnership between Renault, Mitsubishi, and Nissan. That's the alliance FCA was trying to merge with. The French said that we have to make sure all the parties are agreed upon for whatever reason, and they said Nissan has to vote for the approval of the merger for them to have their vote as well. Nissan executives at the table abstained. They didn't vote. They didn't vote yes. They didn't vote no. They just abstained from it. And there's been some controversy in the news about this, where the Nissan executives thought that they kind of got blindsided by this news, and so there are probably some bitter feelings. And so I wonder, in my mind, I think, well, hey, if FCA merges with Renault and Nissan Mitsubishi's there, Nissan gets to learn the technology from the Ram pickups. They get to see the powertrains. They get to see the chassis. They get to see the technology inside the cabin. They get to talk to their designers. I was thinking it was a win-win for Nissan trucks. The Titan could get a makeover that make it more appealing to Americans, I would say, and they would really benefit from this. But saying abstaining and not getting involved kind of makes you wonder where the state of the alliance is. And there's been some conversations in the news lately, it continues to have the conversation going, that the executives for Nissan have been talking about breaking the merger up. Renault kind of wants to change the structure of it. There's a lot of stuff going on. And when you look at Nissan overall, I think they need the merger, not with Renault, I think they need the FCA merger. I think that makes more sense to me, because Nissan builds small cars globally, Renault sells small cars globally. It doesn't really make sense. And so I think that the merger should have happened. I think Nissan really screwed up there. I think they should have went to the merger. They could have created the world's largest automaker, could have all this access technology. They could have been in the merger for alliance for, I don't know, say 5-10 years, then pulled away. And they could have had all this knowledge. But, there's always differing opinions. And so I was talking to my friend David Boyd from Nissan Nation podcast. And I said, and he's got a different viewpoint than I do. So I asked him to record a video. I'm going to play this now and kind of give you a different perspective on what Nissan did and what their fans are thinking.
So, Nissan. Let's break away from the current alliance we have. I think it's the perfect time. I think because there's just a cluster of a mess right now between Renault, FCA, and them not really telling Nissan about a potential merger, that Nissan's kind of had enough. I think they had enough between the sort of, hey, let's just pillage from us. Our leadership will just kind of, remodel their own houses or whatever, and it's made Nissan look really bad, and their stocks are tanking. All this leadership is running away, and you need good leadership for a global company like they are. So I really think that you're going to see Nissan, I don't know if we can say it 2.0, but we'll call it Nissan 3.0. I think it's time for them to do their own thing. They make a bunch of good cars. Nissan is big in China, which FCA needed some influence over there. Renault doesn't have that kind of influence in China. Nissan's in Australia. They're huge here in America. Even though they're not the top dog here, they still have a massive dealership. They have dealers all over. They got globally their dealerships all over. And then, I don't see any Renault cars here in America. Renault can't seem to work their way into China. So, you can push Nissan around all you want, but really, guys, it's time for Nissan to be their own thing. They have a lot of value. Obviously, EV tech is huge. You know, they have a partnership with Renault on that, but it's Nissan doing all the legwork on that, guys. And it's time to you know, put your batteries in. Let's charge them up, Nissan, and let's break free from all this. Let's be Nissan for a while, and see what happens, guys. If now or never, because Renault keeps trying to tighten the grip on them, and they really want to take Nissan over and just kind of, you know, be this super whatever they want to call it. But Nissan's not built for that. Let's let Nissan be Nissan, build awesome little cars, build the next cool GTR. Let's let them have maybe a 300Z again. Let's bring back that. Let's make that great again, guys. How about that? Let's them build a truck that people want to buy. Let's not make them, you know, sell a Frontier that's how old? Coming up on 15 years without a redesign. Everybody else you know, the Asian market seems to get the Navara that's been refreshed, and it's coming up on a new refresh. And us in America are still, sadly, we have a Frontier. And I think part of that is because Nissan's not been able to. They're not GM or they're not Ford. They don't have just billions and billions and billions of dollars to redevelop the Titan every 2 years or the Frontier. They have to focus on one thing at a time. And when you've got the Renault influence polling, oh, we want all this EV tech, and you know, now we got self-driving cars, and then we got all this battery tech. It's really kind of tearing Nissan apart a little bit, and I think it's showing now. So I think with the new leadership that you're seeing put in place within Nissan, I think they're putting their foot down, and I think you're going to see them break free. So from All Things Nissan here in my office, this is Dave with the Nissan Nation podcast saying thanks. Peace.
So there you go. We have differing opinions, as you see. He thinks Nissan's strong enough to pull away from the alliance to get more of its own vehicles and build products that they think the consumers would like in the United States by redoing the Frontier, getting the Navara kind of idea together, building the Titan a little bit differently. So they think that the Renault influence has been bad on Nissan. So I'm curious what you think. Do you think it's been a bad alliance for Nissan? I mean, they kind of got saved, right, from the merger. Or do you think Nissan screwed up? They should have kept going with the alliance and added FCA as a partner. So go ahead and Go ahead and sound off down below. Don't sign off yet. Hit the smash like button you like what you're watching here. Remember, subscribe, notifications, bell, all that jazz. Find us on Pickup Truck Talk. Pickup Truck Talk. These fingers work better. PickupTruckTalk.com. Also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's Pickup Truck Talk again. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.